Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Guy. I represent Reuters News Agency. I would like to base my question on the question of healing wounds of war. As you know, after the Eritrean independence, the Ethiopian government has done everything it could to protect the Eritrean citizens in Ethiopia.
دهر نصنت إرترا مسجاجر من قصة إثيوبيا مسألة بإثيوبيا زلوا إرترا عند محلها وزكالو غيره. حزبوا جنبارا بسلط أنوس مسجن أب إرترا زنبرو إثيوبياوين قديات كينام. أب عصب زنبرو إثيوبياوين نبرتهم تهاجروا. نزوج سلزنا محواين زمدنا ثاتنا من محاشن زجبركم ما انتهلوا.
Is there an issue or do you plan to improve or to rectify the problem so that this healing of wound would actually be true? Thank you.
I think if we are talking about healing wounds, and if there are people who are talking about scratching wounds, I would say on our part, the government in Eritrea and the people of Eritrea have proved that they are prepared to forget, they are prepared to constructively contribute in not healing the wounds, but working together to develop and cultivate new relationships between the peoples of Eritrea and Ethiopia. I have heard about many
بزعبا محوين محقق قسلي من قصة إرتران حزب إرتران نتزحل فخر السعون بمسأي حناس أبوكتو قبرون دلواتيوم
in the first place.
نمحواي ترايزي يكونون نمعبالن مخصقاسن حدث زمدنا حزبتات إرتران إثيوبيان يسرحوا له بزح مسر زيب اللي زرباتات سمعناين ولا زتسوقو سبيلا ما يزخون سب نبرتون أي تورسن نحنا نسعى من قصقاس حزب النبرة نخلو ودباتنا قفتات غيرنا كالسلامة نحنا هنا إثيوبياوي يكون إرتراوي أبزمرس أن خنبر زتزارربنا نزل متكبر درب زيقنت نخلون حساب زغربنا إلا معنا يزوم زتزارربنا لهم حالست مدبات نمحوال قسلو مخانو خرأي كال نحنا تقدكيتنا هنا تساقينا هنا حبرة سبنا عني قنك نخلو رسينا نسيوتي أكلتي هاجر أزلو خون النت مسجاجر من قصة إثيوبيا زمدنا تات كلتي حزبتات مخم حيش زكاء لوجيري تزحزن إتم قسل زوجود أسباب نخالات بمنداي زمدنا تات كلتي حزبي نمبلشاو لعلن تحت المبالغ بزيد ما أحزن
in Eritrea and Ethiopia. I'm very glad you mentioned the fact that the transitional government in this country have protected the right of Eritrean citizens living in Ethiopia. It has done its best to harmonize relationships between Eritreans and Ethiopians, but unfortunately, those who would like to scratch the wounds are looking for loopholes here and there, exaggerate, disinform people so that hatred prevails amongst the peoples of Eritrea and Ethiopia. And I'm very sorry for that. I'm very sorry for the rumors. I'm very sorry for those who are intending to harm our good relationships and good intentions.
ኢትዮጵያ ዝገበርኩም ምጻሕ ክሳብ ክንደይ ዕውት ነይሩ ኣብ መንጎ ክልቲኡ ህዝብታት ዘሎ ርክብ እንታይ ግደለዎ ዝናይሎም ምጻሕኩም እንታይ ግደለዎ ትብሉ
ንዓይ ብወገነይ ዝረኣየኒ ዓብይ ዓወት ናይ ዝተኻየደ ዝርርብ ኣቐዲሙ ከም ዝተገልጸ ኣብ ዝተፈላለዩ ናይ ልምዓት ሜዳታት ኣብ ባህሊ ኣብ ናይ ጥዕና ናይ ትምህርቲ ኣብ ናይ ወፃኢ ሜላ ኣብ ናይ ሓባር ድሕነት ወይ ሴኪሪቲ ዝገበርናዮ ውዕላት ዘይኮነ ንገዛ ርእሱ እቲ ስምምዕ ሓድሽ ኣይኮነን ከምዚ ጌርካ ኣብ ነዊሕ ግዜ ዝፀንሐ እዩ ሓደ ንኣና ከም መንግስታት ይኹን ከም ህዝቢ زحبسنا نجر انتداها اليوم أبستفل عليه أقاطعمتات من كم زبول قوة نحن نزخسرنا وينزتف عدل نهاي 4-5 عمتات عمونغو هزبتاتنا نهانسوز قبعنا زنبر حيال زندنا ناي متحق غازن ناي سنيتن نخان حوي نكايدو زلنا قالسي أبز درجة زبسحهم رأي حد خفت عبيتي فسامتات وعاوت نايزي زتخايدة زر الربيو إذي كم حسن تراي كم تلتلو زي ترف كم صبغ دلية تراي تدريتو زي ترف تايدا أو قبراو زغونا خناسي متحق غاز أبزوم مستطقسو استفلا لمداتات تقبرو سمن معاد نازي منفس زي نازي تحساس بازي دلدلون زحيولون مخانا نايب حكي من أولوات منصرنا كالوت زبطات تمكرتات تدارينا وإجماع محاينين نايتون كرحين تخزروا أمانغو غلطياتو زبطات ناس سلئي سارت كسددن كدلدلن زدليو سبات كنريهم كلنا نايب حكي مزلنا زي بلو عبي عواتي خباري كال بزي منصر زي كرئن كله اتحرافنتنا كلتياتهم منقصات رايزي كونه ويبنا كلتياتهم منقصات سعرت رايزي كونه بنا كلتياتهم زبطات سبوغ دليات زتخايدهم بمخانو تاريخ وعزنا نقدم حجي خسرنا زحلفنا بزي الملاس جميرنا لنا بسوق وزوع سلزخنا عبي عواتي يوم قام
Go on record saying that it won't be pressing for war reparations on the Ethiopian government. Now, I would like to know if any arrangements
መንግስትኩም ናይ ኩናት ካሕሳ ሓተ ይሓስብ እዩ ሰሚዕና ብዛዕባ ንብረት ምክፍፋል ዝተገብረ ስምዓት ኣሎ ዶ ብፍላይ ብዛዕባ መጻረይ ዓሰብን ካልኦት ዓበይቲ ትካላትን ኣብ ኤርትራ ኸ
Ethiopian government. I have specifically in mind the Asab oil refinery and some other bigger assets in Eritrea. Thank you.
We have never ever entertained the idea of reparations from Ethiopia. Simply because we believe both our peoples, Ethiopians and Eritreans, need reparations. From whom? From each other? No. We have never ever entertained this idea. If you are talking about the refinery, if anyone is talking about assets in Eritrea that should be shared by Ethiopia, you have to apply the same logic to assets in Ethiopia, who can be claimed by Eritreans, who can feel and who can say that they have contributed to the making of the
ምስ ኢትዮጵያ ክከፋፈል ኣለዎ ዝበሃል ተኾይኑ ብተመሳሰለ ምጉት እቶም ዋጋት ትካላት ኤርትራ ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ዝተሃንጹ ትካላት እውን ክምቀሉ ኣለዎም ማለት እዩ ግን እዚ ጽቡቕ ኣይኮነን ንመጻኢ ብሓባር ኮይና ዓበይቲ ቁጠባዊ ትካላት ከም እንሃንጽ ንኣምን ንድሕሪት እናጠመትና ቁስልና ምሕኻክ ግን ኣየድልን ድሌትና ነቶም ናይ ሓባር ምንጭታት ሃብቲ ብሓባር እናሰራሕና ከነማዕብሎም እዩ ብዛዕባ ካሕሳ ምዝራብ ምስቲ ሕጂ እንዛረበሉ ዘለና ምሕዋይ ቁስልን መደባትን ንዕባለ ክልቲኡ ህዝብታትን ኣይቃዶን እዩ
It is not in conformity with our long-term strategy of developing bilateral relationships of cooperation between Ethiopia and Eritrea.
Abeba is my name from the Associated Press, the American news agency. So you referred earlier to dual
ብዛዕባ ድርብ ዜግነት ዝተገብረ ስምዓት ኣሎ ዶ ኣብ ፀጥታን ምክልኻልን ዝተሰማማዕ ኩሉ ነጥቢ ኸ እንታይ እዩ
There was also a reference on security and defense. What exactly was agreed on that?
I'd like to say one thing. We have Eritreans and Ethiopians living in Europe and America who have acquired citizenships of various countries in those areas. I don't think it's unnatural to talk about dual citizenship in Eritrea and Ethiopia.
ኣብ ኢትዮጵያን ኤርትራን ብዛዕባ ድርብ ዜግነት ምዝራብ ሓድሽ ነገር ኮይኑ ኣይስምዓንን ብዛዕባ ቴክኒካዊ መዳያቱን ኣተገባብሩኡን ነቲ ንዕኡ ዝተመዘዘ ኣካል ዝግደፍ እዩ ብዛዕባ እቲ ዝህሉ ድርብ ዜግነት ግን ንሕና ጽቡቕ ድሌት ኣሎና ብዛዕባ ፀጥታን ምክልኻልን ከዓ ኣብ ውሽጣዊ ጉዳያትና ጣልቃ ከይተኣታተና ናይ ሓባር ፀጥታን ምክልኻልን ውዕል ክህልወና ተሰማሚዕና ጭቡጥ ስጉምትታትን ካልእ ሓበሬታትን ከኣነቶም ንዕኡ ዝተመዘዙ ኣካላት ዝግደፍ እዩ
agree on having a common security and defense pact, and that as a matter of principle is to be left to special groups to come up with their recommendations as to the details and concrete arrangements to be made in terms of our collective security and defense.
Two questions. First of all, what was it like to come to Ethiopia for the first time?
President Konka ab Ethiopia memza zfattalka smi'it kamayu ab Ethiopia nzelo taqawmt selftat mongonya konka tsarah nerka ክትቅጽሉ ዲኻ
opposition parties, are you going to continue playing a mediating role? Thank you.
I don't feel anything because I don't consider this presidency has a lot to mean in terms of my presence in Ethiopia or the relationship of Eritrea and Ethiopia. For the sake of formality, for the sake of having a certain structure during the transition, I have become the president, but I consider that very much irrelevant in terms of my presence here or the future relationships of both peoples and countries. I could remain, and I would definitely remain, to be instrumental to working together with anyone in any capacity
ab Ethiopia memጻይን ንዝምድና ኤርትራን ኢትዮጵያን በዘመልከት ብዙሕ ፍልይ ዘሎ ኮይኑ አይስማዓንን ኣብ ዝኾነ ቦታ ብዝኾነ ሓላፍነት ንዝምድና ክልቲ ህዝብታት ክሰርሕን ነቲ ዝጠፍአ ዕድል ንምምላስ ኣብ ዝግበር ጻዕሪ ብተወፋይነት ክሰርሕን ዓብይ ሓጎስ እስማዓኒ بحبار نمعبال خنسرح انت خيرنا اب إثيوبيان سلام الرقاتن كسفنا دليتنا نمسفان سلام ديمقراطيا كنتقاملو نخل عدل مزهلو دما عيننا نحاسيل مخنيات يلن
to achieve these noble goals we wish to see stability, peace and democracy in Ethiopia, and any endeavor in any capacity from our side to achieve that goal is part and parcel of the overall strategy we have in our bilateral relationships. If there are opportunities, if there are chances to be utilized for achieving that goal, definitely we will not abstain or will not hesitate to contribute in that line. عموق زبالة فلتات كهيلونا يغيلي خون بزعبا بإثيوبيا زرلو خنتات حدا بحرياون إذا سكفنا نقر الله تقولكو جن زتقاننا هاي مثلنن بتزامادي كرن كله أب إثيوبيا مزلو بوليتيكا وهواهو أمونغو إريتران إثيوبيان سلئن مزرع ليتم عالتن سرح حسابات سلزلو إذا خامس كل جزيرنا حلمون ندليون سبق زمدنا أمونغو إريتران إثيوبيان سلزي سنة من هالبعض تقون بخمسياتهم زي أمسلو التحساسبات وين إذا حسابات بزدف وحيلتات تقول جزيرنا دليون سبق نجر كثيرنا يمخن ملسول لنا نبلو جزين عدلن كم ملاس كندانا ونخيل كن عنك في نازل الحساب بالليل أو كن مزقونا يكون حيلق لتياتهم مزبطات زمدنهم كحيولن كم حيشم مخانهم يتراترن كم حلافي ناي منقستي ويا وشتت منقست زرلخو بزرعي النقن إذا سكفتاتات إذا سأنيعو كم تقدم تقسكو بحريا ونقر إيو أب كشاسرنا كرداد الله كم زبهال كل جزية سبك أسب مخانوس لزي ترفو تزبزح سبوقنا حسب سبوقنا دليه نحماق زدلي قعنو زدلي صلي يقرح انتخزر زدلو يسلزي سام إذا سكفت عزلنا هاللوه بزح جزء زوز اللهو نزمسك زيو نزرعني أو إثيوبيا زلخو نتاتنا تمحيشه كاب جزية ناب جزية سلام من رجعان إنا معبله أب هاجر زلنا إلى معتنا معبادة مدبات بقواننا تمحيشه جوجي مرداتات زنورم حيلتات جبو مرداتنا وصدو يمسوس لزلوا بعد تقلالي نازق قديم أصدقائك سكفتاتنا من مليسنا وقدلن نا أحيانا محيشين زخيل كنا تعتلوا إلى خزارة بخير.
Immediately after independence, you established a closer tie unexpectedly with Israel. Again, unexpectedly. What was the mission of your visit there? I mean, in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
By many journalists in Cairo and Saudi. I was asking on my part the same question. The countries that have contributed to the resistance of the Arab world, the countries that was in the forefront, the countries that have fought wars and wars since the 40s is Egypt. Egypt is a major Arab power. It's a regional power. It has done more than anyone else to defend the right of Palestinians. It has sacrificed more than any one country in the Arab world, but it has established its diplomatic ties. Could we be
እታን ዓረባዊ ቃልሲ ኣብ ቅድመ ግንባር ዝተሰለፈትን ልዑል አበርክቶ ዝገበረትን ምስርያ ንሳ ዓረባዊት ዘባዊ ሓይልያ መሰል ፍልስጤማውያን ንኽሕሎ ዝከኣል አበርኪታ ካብ ዝኾነት ዓረባዊት ሃገር ዝያዳ መስዋዕት ከፊላ ግን ዲፕሎማሲያዊ ዝምድና ምስ እስራኤል መስሪታላ ካብ ጳጳስ ንላዕሊ ካቶሊክ ክንከውን ንኽእል ዶ ጉሁድን ክፉትን ዝምዝና ምስ እስራኤል ምግባርሲ እንታይ ተኣፋፍነቱ እዚ ምሰላም ቀይሕ ባሕርን ማእከላይ ምብራቕን ሰሜናዊ ምብራቕ አፍሪቃን ከም ዘገልግል ስለምንታይ ንኽሕዶ ልዕሊ ኩሉ ከዓ ዝኾነት ሃገር ናይ ወጻኢ ፖሊሲ ክትሕንጽጽ መሰልን ናጽነትን ኣለዋ በዚ ዝኾነ መንግስቲ ክቀሕር የብሉን ስዑድያ ድማ ጎረቤትና ምዃና ንፈልጥ አብዞባና ጽልዋ ከም ዘለዋና አምን ዝምድና ምስአ ከነመሓይሽን ከነማዕበልን ከም ዘለና ንግንዘብ ዑደተይ ከዓ ብኸምኡ ነይሩ
and no one should be disappointed or try to intervene in the formulation of policies of one country. Clear that we all have direct bilateral ties with our neighbors. We consider Saudi as one of our neighbors. We believe that Saudi has its part, share and influence in what happens in our region. We believe that harmonizing relationships and developing ties of cooperation with Saudi for the benefit of the collective in the area and for our bilateral benefits has to be pursued as a policy, and the intention of my visit to Saudi, I think, is in line with this philosophy.
It is to be reminisced that some months ago in Asmara, in one of your press conferences, you indicated...
Asmara, بزعبا confederation تزاريب كان يركا. أبناء لهم زتخي مس president ملس تزاريب كالودو.
And do you think propitious conditions exist for such a development?
Would say that why not is the answer I have always given to this particular question. And if one can see deep into the agreements we have reached, we have not reached this agreement for the sake of domestic or international consumption. We are fully committed to this agreement. We believe that the integration process might take a long time. It might even take decades. But full integration of Eritrea and Ethiopia, beginning with economic integration programs and ending possibly in some form of a political integration is a possibility. We need not have any bias. We need not have any reservations as to developing our bilateral relationships towards that direction. How to technically go about implementing this program is one thing. I have always refrained from, I've had my reservations as to beginning with
ስለምንታይ ኣይከኣልን እዩ ዝብል መልሲ ነዚ ሕቶ እዚ ተበፂሒ ዘሎ ስምምዓት ብዕምቆት እንተተዓዚብና ንኣህጉራዊ ሃልኪልና ዝገበርና ኣይኮነን ብቁጠባዊ ውህደት ዝጅምር ናይ ኤርትራን ኢትዮጵያን ዝምድና ብፖለቲካዊ ውህደት ክዛዘም ተኽእሎ ኣሎ ንምዕባለ ዝምድና ክልቲኡ ህዝብታት ዕቃበ የብልናን ዝሕጥ እውን ኣይንብልን ብዓበይቲ ፎርሙላ ንምጅማር ግን ቁጡብ እየ
you can have your own views, but as to the substance, I don't think there is any disagreement as to any formula that could evolve in a matter of decades, in a matter of years. We have to work to achieve towards achieving that kind of thing. But to talk about an actual program now, an actual program of confederation, which could be part of the agenda, and talking about a confederation as an agenda is premature, and we have to prepare the ground for a solid cooperation between our two countries, and later on see the options that are available there. This, I think, is very clear on our part, and I am quite sure our Ethiopian brothers share this view with us. And I would again say that let's not make it a sensational issue. Let's make our endeavors to implement integration programs fruitful by a serious commitment of our human and other resources in Eritrea and Ethiopia.
Symbols of Ethiopia in your country, like, for example, the currency.
أبغاكم من أجنزب يكون تليفون ركبات من إثيوبيا يكون تتكلموا. كابزي الناس أخذ كونوا مدى بالله.
For practical purposes, are you happy to keep using them?
Well, we can talk about. I mean, it's in fact in the agreements we have signed this morning. We have left the option of a common currency open. It's not a matter of goodwill. We have delegated this issue to experts, not only our nationals from Ethiopia and Eritrea, but we have also been consulting with
لومن جهات تفراريمنا لنا اتناي جنزب كفوت عمارات خون قديفنا يلونا نزح التوزي إثيوبياويان إرتراويان ترايزي كونه أهجراويان كيلاتاتهم كسمعوا إلنا لنا قدام عماراتي ناس أهجراو جنزب هلاوي اتناي نوي عماراتي ناي حبار جنزبي نستوى السنة جزء بر كم ناي حبار جنزب كونه هجلجلي أبتناي كلتنا صبق دلت تمركزنا كنت حبابرن ناي باجت جنزب أو سرعات كنا محايشين ناي حبار جنزب كلوانا نزخلو من قدهم تمتينا ناسنا صبق دلت جن مزازمي يخنبل عين خيلن كيلاتات كحوس واللوم أقل قلو تلفون بأهجراو حقتاتن سممعاتن زتقيدي بوجنا أبي إثيوبيا يكون أبي إرترا زلوا كود انتايلنا نج نقول مخنيات يلن.
We might not at the moment conclude that our goodwill is the end of everything. We need to share the views of experts in this particular issue, and I can generally say that the direction is very healthy. And it's up to the governments to push towards relating issues like the currency with other economic integration programs, because it's not an isolated item in our agenda. It has to be dealt with within the comprehensive approach of our integration programs.
There has been allegations, locally in Ethiopia as well as internationally, that
أبي إثيوبيا زغلغلو إرتراويان حالتات ألو زبال كستات ألو لازم خميت مجلسه.
I first would like to say when we agree on strategic security and defense issues, I definitely said without intervening in each other's internal affairs. That being the basis of our policy of cooperation, I would like to say that the EPRDF does not need any external assistance.
ኣብ ጸጥታውን ምክልኻላውን መዳያት ዝገበርናዮ ስምምዕ ኣብ ውሽጣዊ ጉዳይ ጣልቃ ዘይምትእትታው ዝብል መትከል እዩ መሰረት ናይ ምትሕብባር ፖሊስና እዚ ኮይኑ ይህወደግ ናይ ወጻኢ ሓገዝ ዘድልዮ ኣይመስለንን ምክንያቱ ይህወደግ ሓይሊ ኣይጥቀምን ኢለ ዝኣምን ንሕና ኣብ ውሽጢ ሓይልታት ኢትዮጵያ ኣቲና ነቲ ኩነታት ክንሓላልኾ ዕላማ ይኹን ድሌት የብልናን ንረብሓ ክልቲኡ ሃገራት ኣይኮነን
as a matter of principle. And technically, since we intend to harmonize or create a relationship of harmony amongst Ethiopian political forces, we do not see the necessity of involving ourselves to complicate the situation, because it will not only harm the interests of Ethiopia, but we believe it will be detrimental to our mutual interests. And for those who are trying to find an excuse for their failures to contribute to the political process in Ethiopia by blaming the Eritrean government for militarily getting involved to crush their forces, have been ill-advised or are trying to or are pretending to cover up for their failures to be part and parcel of the process, political process in Ethiopia. Be invited to Eritrea to see the situation there and talk to officials there, find out more about our views, our intentions, and our reality. Thank you.